Our lesson is called soil components. What is the meaning of soil? The soil is a thin, non-compacted, superficial layer which covers the Earth's crust. Again, soil, it is a thin, non-compacted, superficial layer which covers the Earth's crust. So the layer which covers the Earth is called soil. The layer that covers the Earth is called soil. This soil consists of what? What are the soil components? Number one, pieces of rocks. So you will find in the soil pieces of rocks. Also, you can find water. Number three, air. Number four, salt. Number five, humus. Again, what are soil components? Soil components are pieces of rocks, water, air, salt, humus. So, if you get some soil and put this soil in this glass tube or this cylinder, then add water in this soil and shake them together, and leave them for several hours. After sometimes you will find that you can find gravel. Gravel mean rocks. Then sand. Then salt. Then mud. Mud has another name called clay. You will learn that later, inshallah. Then water, then humus. So, what are soil components? Gravel, sand, salt, mud or clay, water, and humus. What is the meaning of humus? Humus is the decayed remains of animals and plants in the soil. So, when the living organisms like animals or plants die, their bodies stay in the soil. Then, their bodies will decay. Decay means break down or rot. So, after breaking down of these bodies, they will change into humus. They will be what? They will be humus. This humus is very, very important to the soil. Why? Because they add nutrients to the soil. Humus adds nutrients to the soil. The color of humus is dark brown or black. The color of the soil is dark brown or black. What is the importance of soil? Soil is the main components of the environment. What is the importance of soil for plants, for animals, for other living organisms, for humans? Number one, the importance of soil for plants. Plants take minerals and nutrients from the soil to live and grow. Again, plants take minerals and nutrients from soil to live and grow. What about animals? What is the importance of soil for animals? Animals eat plants, and these plants, of course, depend on the soil to grow. So, animals eat plants that grow in the soil. Some living organisms, like earthworms, like spiders, like ants, make their homes shelter in the soil. So this is the importance of soil for other living organisms, like earthworms, spiders, and ants. They make their shelters in the soil. What about humans? Humans eat animals and eat plants. So humans eat plants that grow in the soil or eat animals that feed on plants that grow in the soil. Okay. Now, soil erosion. Soil erosion happens by breaking down of rocks. There are three factors causing the breaking down of these rocks. Number one, water. Number two, wind. Number three, a changing in temperature. Layers of soil. Soil layers are topsoil layer. Number 1, topsoil layer. Number 2, lower soil layer. Lower soil layer. And the last one, rocky layer. The last one is rocky layer. Let's start with the topsoil layers. The topsoil layer contains what? Contains humus, leaves of plants, roots of plants, living organisms, and small pieces of rocks. Again, the topsoil layer. The topsoil layer contains humus, roots of plants, leaves of plants, living organisms, and small pieces of rocks. This is the topsoil layer. The leaves of plants. When the leaves of plants fall to the soil, as we learned before, they will decay, forming humus. So anything that will fall on the soil or die on the soil, they will decay, forming humus. And of course, humus will add nutrients to the soil. What about roots of plants? Roots of plants, they take water and the nutrients from the soil. So the first importance of roots, they absorb water and the nutrients from the soil and give these water and the nutrients, of course, to the plant. Number 2, the roots hold the plant in the soil. The roots hold the plant in the soil. Number 3, they help the soil to be cohesive. Help the soil to be cohesive mean to attach to each other. So the roots make the soil be like one piece attached to each other. This is the meaning of cohesive. They prevent soil erosion from happening quickly. So the roots of plant protect the soil from breaking down quickly. The last one, they add nutrients to the soil because after the falling down of these roots in the soil or after the death of plants, these roots will decay, forming humus. So humus add nutrients to the soil. So again, leaves of plants, when they fall to the soil, they decay, forming humus. Number 2, roots of plants, they have many importance. Number 1, they take water and the nutrients from the soil to the plant. Number 2, they hold the plant in the soil. Number 3, they help the soil, to be cohesive, to be one piece. Number 4, they prevent soil erosion from happening quickly. They prevent soil erosion, breaking down of soil from happening quickly. The last one, after the death of these roots, they add nutrients to the soil. They add nutrients to the soil. Earthworms, spiders, ants, and other insects. What about earthworms and spiders? Earthworms and spiders, they make their homes underground by digging tunnels. So, earthworm and spiders, they dig tunnels in the soil. They dig tunnels in what? In the soil to make their homes. These tunnels have another importance. What is the importance of the tunnel? The tunnel allow air and water and the nutrients to pass easily through the soil to the plant root. Again, so earthworms and the spider make tunnels in the soil. These tunnels are the homes for or the shelters for earthworms and spiders. But it has another importance. These tunnels has another importance for the plants. Why? Because these tunnels allow air, water, nutrients to pass easily through the soil to the plant roots. What about ants and insects? Also, ants and insects dig tunnels in the soil. Also, they make their homes in the soil. And also, they lay their eggs in the soil. So, ants and insects make their homes in the soil and lay their eggs in the soil. And when these living organisms like ants and insects die, as we said before, anything that die in the soil will decay, forming humus and add nutrients to the soil. The next layer is called lower soil layer. In the lower soil layer, you will find this layer under the top soil layer. So the top soil layer in the top, under this layer, you will find the lower soil layer. You will find the lower soil layer. This layer don't have much humus. You will not find much humus in the lower soil layer. What about the rocky layer? The last layer of the soil is called rocky layer. The last layer of the soil is called rocky layer. The upper part, this rocky layer consists of two parts. Again, this rocky layer, the last layer of the soil is called rocky layer. It consists of two parts. The upper part of the rocky layer contains pieces of rocks. Contains what? Pieces of rocks. What about the lower part? The lower part of the rocky layer, the lower part contains solid rocks. Again, so the rocky layer consists of two parts. The upper part contains pieces of rocks. The lower part contains solid rocks.